All right, what is up, my dudes? We're doing a top 10 list for 2024. First time in a while that I've done one of these, but I felt like this year in particular really had some great stuff, and I felt obligated to talk about it. So, yeah, here we go. First and foremost, we're going to do some honorable mentions. We have three local bands I wanted to talk about: Cobranoid with their self titled release, Night Wraith with Divergence, and Ashes for the Mute with Ethereal Gasp. All great releases this year. I have copies of all of them. Saw all of them live this year, and they're great. And I just had to shout those out for sure. Moving on with some more honorable mentions, we have Holder versus an Oath. Felt like that was a big upgrade from her previous work, and I really enjoyed that one. Smashing Pumpkins with Agori Mori May. I hope I'm saying that right. Which I felt like was a true return to form after I felt like Seer and especially Autumn were a little disappointing. But I felt like this new one was really freaking good. And finally, Saxon with Hellfire and Damnation, keeping it alive, and Madame Guillotine and the title track are some of the best Saxon songs I've heard. So those all are honorable mentions. All right, moving on, we're going to go straight into the list itself, and we're going to start off with Departure Chandelier, Satan, Soldier of Fortune, the second full length by Quebec black metal band. They kind of blew up a few years ago with Antichrist Rise to Power, one of my absolute favorite albums ever. I don't even remember how or when I heard that thing, but I thought it was awesome, and I was really excited for this. And one thing you'll notice with a lot of these releases, especially this year, is that I heard with this album, I heard it, and I was like, it's okay. It's not as good as Antichrist though, but I kept coming back to it, and fuck, it's a really good follow up. Really excited to see them at Hell's Heroes. They're a band I've wanted to see live forever, and yeah, I would be so happy to hear a lot of these songs. It's definitely different than the first one, but a lot of good shit. Especially what is it? Hard as a Coffin Nail. Great song title and great song. I'm fucking excited for that shit if they play it live. That's definitely my favorite song off of this thing. But yeah, longer songs, a little bit more plotting and methodical than that kind of in your face rawness of the first one, but it's very much Departure Chandelier, and it's great. Anyway, we talked about this too damn much. Moving on, Desolus, a band I learned about this year. Saw them open up for Spider. Fucking blown away, man. Fucking blown away. It was so good. Had that early Slayer feel to it. That was the whole point. It's kind of got this apocalyptic thing going for it. 3-piece, like it's just hitting all the fucking boxes for me with all that shit. And it rules. This fucking album rules. Made me a fan when I saw him live. I'm not the biggest fan of the production on this guy, but that doesn't take away from the songwriting and the performances. And if you get a chance to see these guys, please do. And I saw that they're doing a little mini tour with Nunslaughter and Demiser, and I fucking wish they were stopping by Denver, but they're not. But anyway, if you get to catch them live, especially check them out and get this album as well. Moving on, a classic, Riot V. A kind of a weird band just because it used to be Riot and it's kind of Riot V, but also not. But regardless, great album. I wasn't really interested in hearing it for whatever reason, and then I saw them live, which was another bucket list band for me. Murdered, and these new songs fit right the fuck in, man. Fit right in. Can't remember the name of the singer, but he is truly phenomenal. He was great live and is great on here. Hail to the Warriors, High Noon, and the title track Open Road. All great songs. If you are a fan of Riot and have been, you love that Thundersteel sound, love what they've been doing, this just keeps the party going, man. This shit fucking rules. Turned a couple of people onto this thing, and it's sick as hell. All right. And we're going to talk about an album I actually don't have a physical copy of. I work at a record store, so I really have no excuse for that. But I've just been putting it off for too long, and now here we are. And that's Poppy with her latest album, Negative Spaces. I think it's her sixth one, which is fucking nuts because I first got into her when she was doing those fucking videos, and did like weird pop music, and I thought that was all silly and shit, and I was like, oh, this is cool. And now here we are. She's working with who is it? Bring Me the Horizons keyboard player. I think that's who it is. And yeah, just kind of that new metal, hardcore kind of whatever sound you want to call it is taken to the extreme on this record. But there's other songs like Crystallize. I think was the big one. Let me just pop it up real quick here, which was awesome. Really, just shows her typical song and dance is doing that really varied sound, heavy shit, soft shit, and that was a great song. Yeah, Crystallized was fucking awesome. And then New Way Out was great, a great single. Title track is good, and my favorite is The Center's Falling Out. That one fucking rules. That song is awesome as shit. And there's some other like really short bangers on here like Yesterday and what was this one? Hey There. Like goddamn. It's a little some of it's a little fucking deathcore or whatever for me sometimes, but or metalcore, I don't know. But regardless, it works out great. It's probably my I didn't really like Zig that much, so this is a great addition to her ongoing catalog of just fucking weird albums, and I think it's great. I've been a fan of it for years, and this is at almost at the top for me. And yeah, great album. Moving on, another local band. We're gonna have Seed of the Sorcerer, Womb of the Witch with their very first full length. This album is fucking good, like really good. I got to hear it a little bit early, and I mean, seriously, truly blown away by it. It is great songwriting, great fucking playing. It's perfect length. Artwork is weird and funky. Lyrics, as always, are sick. And the title track, uh, goddamn, that actually got me quite emotional. Fucking good. And then there's other good ones like Crystal Ball Gag, which you can expect with these guys. Arcane Autopsy, and then my favorite is the what is it? The Ligneous. Oh, fuck. Lig Link. Ah, fuck me. We're gonna just say Ligneous because I don't know how to say it. All right, so it's Ligneous Children of the Briarwood. I can't remember what movie it is, but that song is fucking awesome. The riff is so good, and the fucking breakdown at the end. Holy shit! This is fucking great if you love doom metal. This is great if you like heavy metal. This is great if you like good fucking music and riffs. So there you go. Seed of the Sorcerer, Room of the Witch, Perversion Pyre. All right, moving on. We're taking a break from the metal, unfortunately, but I promise it's worth it. And we're gonna go with Sierra Farrell, Trail of Flowers. Same thing as I said. I heard this and I was like, yeah, it's not as good as that first album. Long time coming, and I felt the same way. I don't even know how I got into her. Somebody was like, hey, check this out, and it really took to me for whatever reason. And yeah, it's beautiful. A lot of great songs. American Dreamin', Fox Hunt, an old like a traditional cover, whatever you want to call that. Chitlin Cooking Time in Cheatham County, great. Money Train, favorite song off of this thing. It's so good. I'll Come Off the Mountain. Just great songwriting, great performances. She has such an amazing voice, really great player. She picks up a violin on this one along with her guitar, and it's great. Yeah, if you like country music, which I typically don't, but for whatever reason this hit me. And if you just like kind of really pleasant music, if you like really well written shit, this is fucking good. So yeah, check that out. All right, back to the classics here. You knew this was going to come up here, and that's Midnight with Hellish Expectations. Same thing. I was like 24 minutes for a fucking, what was it, like $16.99 price tag. Pissed me the fuck off, but I bought it anyway. And I have to say that price for this length of album is still a little obnoxious to me, but fucking whatever. And it says, it's fucking midnight. It's gonna be great. I heard Aethnar recorded this in a weekend, which is fantastic. It's great. I definitely kind of get that vibe. And then Expect Total Hell, classic. Fuck Off and Live was the lead single. Great song. Dungeon Lust, really like. Masked and Deadly, just on the nose fucking shit. That's great. And then my favorite off of this is Merciless Slaughter. Fucking good shit, good song. If you like Midnight, this is exactly what you're gonna fucking, what you expect from that band is what you're gonna get on here, and it's awesome. Also, personally, my favorite cover that they've probably ever done, I guess I like, oh god, was Sweet Ecstasy and Death. That one's cool, and Rebirth by Blasphemy is pretty cool, but I think this one is the coolest one. So there you go. Hellish Expectations, Midnight. All right, we're getting into the top three here. Okay, here we are with Marilyn Manson, One Assassination Under God, Chapter 1. And not the greatest cover. It's cool enough. I like this on the side. Title also leaves a little something to be desired. But I have been a diehard Manson fan for years. And this is a true return to form, I guess. I felt like Heaven Upside Down was a mess, and I felt like We Are Chaos would just continue that trend. I liked half the songs on each of those albums, and this is like a clear-headed, sober, cohesive Manson. Some of his best lyrics in fucking ages. Um, I really like the amount of effort he's put into this, which it feels like for the past few albums, there hasn't been any. Tyler Bates back on guitar. Their collaborations are always good. Pale Emperor was like a really big late career album for Manson, and this one is too. I didn't really like the single "Sacrilegious," but that's growing on me. Raise the Red Flag, As Sick as the Secrets Within, also great singles. But I really like the last song, the title track, and No Funeral Without Applause. Fucking good, really good. If you're a Manson fan, this will be a nice surprise. This will be a nice little like callback, if you will. If not sonically, then at least artistically speaking, it has the most integrity of something that he's done in a long time, personally speaking. So yeah, One Assassination Under God, chapter 1, third pick. There you go. All right, here we go. Number 2. This was a tough one. These top 2 were tough because I like both of these albums a lot. But we're going with Judas Priest, Invincible Shield. Saint, dude, I'm fucking telling you, half of these albums, I was like, that's not as good as Firepower, because Firepower is fucking awesome. This album, though, is pretty goddamn fucking good. This is really good. Artwork, artwork is growing on me. I didn't like it at first, and now I'm like, yeah, okay, that's pretty cool. And then this design on the back, I got it as a T-shirt when I saw them play just a little while ago. Awesome design, awesome design. But let's just get right into the tracks here, man. Panic Attack, Serpent and the King, the title track, and fucking As God Is My Witness. Fucking good. That song is awesome. I feel like the world is ending with that song. Trial by Fire, another great song, great single. Escape from Reality is another one I liked. And then I got this one with the bonus tracks, and I thought The Lodger was also really, really solid. So great album. Judas Priest just keeps fucking blowing everybody's mind, keeps showing that their songwriting, their talent, their tightness is still as fervent as ever. It's fucking awesome. This lines up with me just as well as the classics, and I think it improves in a lot of ways what Firepower did now that I've had the chance to really sit with this guy, and it's fucking sick. It is so goddamn good. So there you go. Invincible Shield. Okay, number 1. Chelsea Wolfe. She reaches out to she, or she reaches out to she reaches out to she reaches out to she. I think that's how many times you have to say it. Anyway, I have been waiting for a Chelsea Wolfe album for a long time. This is 5 years since Birth of Violence. She worked on the X soundtrack. She did that collaboration with Converge, but I have been wanting a standalone Chelsea Wolfe album for a long time. This brings back the same band That was on His Spun, which is the record I got into through her, so I was a big fan of that. And they worked with oh, man, I can't remember the producer's name, but he is like, there he is, David Andrew Siddick, and they collaborated on this guy, and it's great. Uh, Chelsea Wolfe sobered up, much like Manson. She's on a new label. She's got a new fire in her belly. She's working with a new producer. It's sick. It's great. And same thing. I was like, it's not His Spun. It's not Abyss. But the more I've thought about it, these songs just really stick out to me. Saw her play all of the whole album live, which she's been doing on tour lately, which was cool. And then I saw her open up for fucking goddamn, what's that band? Wardruna at Red Rocks. So seeing her at Red Rocks was also really awesome. Great songs. Lead single Dusk was a huge song for me. End of 2023. Thought it was great. The opener, Whispers into the Echo Chamber. Great song. My favorite one on here is House of Self Undoing. I think that's a fucking awesome song. Tunnel Lights, really great. And then we have some tear jerkers on here too, like Place in the Sun and the Liminal, and then some great kind of like I almost feel like I'm in like a nighttime mushroom village or some shit, with Eyes Like Nightshade, Unseen World, and some other great songs like Salt are on there as well. So overall, fantastic album. Really hit a certain place in my heart that I really enjoyed, and kind of seeing her a little bit, I would say, not necessarily happier, but I would say with a new outlook, new perspective, perhaps a little bit more positive, looking at things in a different way, was really enjoyable, and I could relate to that a lot. So there you go. There's a top 10. And here they all are. Right there. Wow, look at all of them. Best albums of 2024, except for Poppy, all together in one place for me. Very cool. Anyway, so there's my list. Did you guys have a favorite of these albums that I picked? Is there any of these that hit your favorite albums of this year? Of these, which one was your favorite? What were your favorite albums of 2024? Let me know in the comments. Yeah, I had a lot of fun listening to these albums this year. Yeah, we'll see you next time. Stay heavy, stay safe, and yeah, we'll see you on the next one.